In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. The reckoning of the people has drawn near to them, while they are in negligence, turning away from its signs. No fresh message of advice comes to them from their Lord, but they listen to it as if they were playing, their hearts paying no heed. And the wrongdoers whisper in secret, "This one is nothing but a mortal like you. Would you then go along with sorcery while you can see the reality?" He, the Prophet, said, "My Lord knows all that is spoken in the heavens and the earth, and He is the all-hearing, the all-knowing." Further they said, "The Quran is a mixture of jumbled dreams. Rather, he, the Prophet, has fabricated it. Rather, he is a poet. So, let him bring a sign to us, as the earlier ones were sent with." Not a single town from those whom we destroyed came to believe before them. So, will they believe? And we did not send before you messengers except men whom we inspired with revelation. So, ask the people, having the knowledge of the message, if you do not know. We did not make them such bodies as ate no food, nor were they immortal. Then we caused the promise to come true for them, so we saved them and those whom we willed, and destroyed the transgressors. Surely, we have sent down to you, O people of Arabia, a book having a good counsel for you. So, do you not understand? How many a town, that were unjust, have we crushed and raised up after them another people? So, as soon as they sensed our punishment approaching them, they started fleeing from it. It was said to them, "Do not flee, and go back to the luxuries you were made to enjoy, and to your dwellings. Maybe you are asked questions." They said, "Alas for us! We were wrongdoers indeed." Then, this continued to be their cry till we turned them into stubble, totally extinguished. We did not create the heavens and the earth and what lies between them for play. Had we intended to have a pastime, we would have had it from our own, if we were ever to do so. Instead, we launch the truth against falsehood, which gets it smashed, and in no time it is gone. Alas to you for what you describe. To Him belong all those in the heavens and the earth. And those who are near to Him are not arrogant against His worship, nor are they sluggish. They proclaim His purity night and day, never slackening. Or have they adopted gods from the earth, who raise the dead? Had there been gods beside Allah, in the heavens and the earth, both of them would have fallen in disorder. So pure is Allah, the Lord of the throne, from what they describe. He is not questioned of what He does, and they are questioned. Is it that they have adopted gods besides Him? Say, bring your proof. Here is the book carrying advice for those with me, and their books carrying advice for those before me. Yet most of them do not know the truth, and therefore they are averse. We did not send before you any messenger, but we revealed to him that there is no God but I, so worship me. They said, "The Rahman, the All-Merciful, Allah, has taken children for Himself. Pure is He from having children. They are but His honored servants. They do not precede Him in speech, and only under His command they act. He knows what is in front of them and what is behind them, and they make recommendation for none but for whom He likes, and in awe of Him they are fearful. Should any one of them say, 'I am God besides Him,' we will recompense him with Jahannam, hell. This is how we recompense the transgressors. Did the disbelievers not observe that the heavens and the earth were closed, then we opened them? And we created from water every living thing. Would they still not believe? And we created mountains on the earth, lest it should shake with them, and we have made therein paths and ways, so that they are guided. We made the sky a protected roof, and they are averse to its signs. He is the one who has created the night and the day, and the sun and the moon, each floating in an orbit. We did not assign immortality to any human, even before you. So, if you die, will they live forever? Everyone has to taste death, and we test you through bad and good situations, with a trial, and to us you are to be returned. When disbelievers see you, they do nothing but take you in jest, saying to one another, "Is this the one who talks of your gods?" While they themselves reject even talking of the Rahman, all-merciful. Man is made of haste. I shall show you my signs, so do not seek haste from me. They say, when will this promise be fulfilled? If you are true. Only if the disbelievers were to know the time when they will not be able to keep off the fire from their faces or from their backs, nor will they be helped. Rather, it will come upon them suddenly and will baffle them. So they will not be able to turn it back, nor will they be given respite. In fact, messengers have been mocked at prior to you. So those who laughed at them were besieged by what they used to ridicule. Say, who will guard you, during night and day, against the Rahman, all-merciful, Allah? Rather, to the remembrance of their Lord they are averse. Or do they have gods who protect them besides us? They are not able to help even themselves, nor will they have anyone to side with them against us. But we have given benefits to these and their fathers until life was prolonged for them. So do they not see that we are coming to the land, narrowing it down from all its sides? Then, are they the ones to prevail? Say, I warn you only by revelation, but the deaf do not listen to the call when they are warned. If a whiff of your Lord's torment were to touch them, they would certainly say, alas to us! We were wrongdoers indeed. We shall place scales to do justice on the day of judgment. So no one shall be wronged in the least. Even if it, a deed, is to the measure of a mustard seed, we will bring it forth, and we are enough to take account. And we gave Musa and Harun the criterion, and a light and an advice for the God-fearing, those who have awe of their Lord without having seen him, and are fearful of the hour of judgment. And this is a blessed advice we have sent down. Are you still rejecting it? Even earlier we had given Ibrahim his right course, and we knew him well, when he said to his father and his people, what are these statues you are devoted to? They said, we found our fathers worshipping them. He said, surely you and your fathers have been in open error. They said, did you come to us with truth, or are you one of the triflers? He said, no, your Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth, who has created them, and I am one of those who bear witness to it. And I swear by Allah, that I will devise something against your idols after you have gone away, turning your backs. Then, he turned all of them into pieces, except the big one of them, so that they may come back to it. They said, who has done this to our gods? He is one of the wrongdoers indeed. Some of them said, we have heard a youth talking about them. He is called Ibrahim. They said, then, bring him before the eyes of the people, so that they may see. They said, is it you, O Ibrahim, who has done this to our gods? He said, rather, this is done by this chief of theirs. So, ask them if they can speak. So they turned to one another and said, in fact, you yourselves are the wrongdoers. Then, hanging their heads, they reversed their position, and replied to Ibrahim, you already knew that they do not speak. He said, do you then worship, beside Allah, what does neither benefit you in the least nor harm you, fie upon you and upon what you worship other than Allah? Do you then not understand? They said, O people, burn him and help your gods, if you are to take action. We said, O fire, be cold and safe for Ibrahim. And they intended to harm him, but we made them the worst losers. And we rescued him and looked towards the land we blessed for all the worlds. And we blessed him with Ishaq and Yaqub as gift. And each one of them we made righteous. And we made them the imams who guided people under our command. And we inspired them to do good deeds and to establish Salah and pay Zakah, and us alone they worshipped. As for Lot, we gave him wisdom and knowledge, and we delivered him from the town that used to do dirty deeds. Indeed, they were the people of evil, the sinners. And we admitted him to our mercy. Indeed, he was of the righteous. And, remember, Nuh, when he called for help earlier, so we responded to him and saved him and his family from the terrible agony, and helped him against the people who gave the lie to our verses. Indeed, they were the people of evil, therefore, we drowned them all. And, remember, Dawood, David, and Solomon, when they were adjudicating about the tillage in which the goats of other people wandered at night, and trampled it, and we were witness to their judgment. So, we enabled Solomon to understand it. And to each one of them we gave wisdom and knowledge. and with Dawood we subjugated the mountains that pronounced as by Allah's purity, and the birds as well. And we were the one who did it. We taught him the skill of making armor as dress for you to protect you from what may harm you in combat. So are you grateful? And for Sulaiman, we subjugated the violent wind that blew under his command to the land in which we placed our blessings. And we were the one who knew everything. And from the devils, we subjugated for him those who dived in water for him and did jobs other than that. And we were the one who kept watch over them. And remember Ayub, Job, when he called his Lord saying, "Here I am, afflicted by pain, and you are the most merciful of all the merciful." So we answered his prayer and removed whatever pain he had, and gave him back his family and the like thereof along with them, as a mercy from our own self and as a lesson for the worshippers. And remember Ismail and Idris and Dhul-Kifl. Each one of them was of those who observed patience, and we admitted them to our mercy. Surely they were of the righteous. And remember Hanan, the man of the fish, namely Yunus alayhi salam, when he walked away in anger and thought that we would never put him to trouble. Then he called us in depths of darkness, saying, "There is no God but you. Pure are you. Indeed I was among the wrongdoers." So we responded to him and rescued him from the distress. And this is how we rescue the believers. And remember Zachariah when he called his Lord, "My Lord, do not leave me alone, and you are the best of inheritors." So we responded to him and gave him Yahya and made his wife good for him. They used to race towards the good deeds and call us with hope and fear, and they were humble to us. And remember her who protected her private part, that is, Maryam alayhi salam. So we blew in her a life through our spirit, and made her and her son, Isa alayhi salam, a sign for all the worlds. Surely this is the fraternity of your faith, a single faith, and I am your Lord, so worship me. But they have separated their ways from one another. All of them have to return to us. So whoever does righteous deeds, while he is a believer, his effort will not be rejected, and we are to put it on record. It is banned for the people of a town that we destroyed that they come back until when the Yajuj and Majuj, Gog and Magog, are released, while they run down from every height. And the true promise draws near, then it will so happen that the eyes of the disbelievers shall remain upraised in terror, and they will say, "Alas to us! We were in negligence about this, rather we were transgressors." Surely, you and whatever you worship other than Allah are the fuel of Jahannam. There you will have to arrive. Had they been gods, they would not have arrived at it, and all of them will remain there forever. For them, there will be screams in it and they will not hear. As for those for whom the good news from us has come earlier, they will be kept far away from it. They will not hear the slightest of its sound, and they will remain forever in what their souls desire. They shall not be grieved by the biggest panic, and the angels shall receive them, saying, "This is your day that you had been promised." The day when we roll up the sky like a scroll rolls up the writings. Just as we originated the first creation, so we shall bring it back again, a promise, undertaken to be binding on us. We are sure to do it. And we have written in Zabur, Psalms, after the advice that the land will be inherited by my righteous slaves. Surely, in this Quran, there is a message conveyed to a people who worship Allah. And we have not sent you but as mercy for all the worlds. Say, what is revealed to me is simply that your God is one God. So do you submit? But, if they turn away, then say to them, I have warned you all alike, and I do not know whether what you have been warned of is near or far. Surely, he knows what is spoken openly and he knows what you conceal. And I do not know, perhaps it is a trial for you and an enjoyment for a while. He, our messenger, said, My Lord, judge with truth. And our Lord is the Rahman, all-merciful, the one whose help is sought against what you describe. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. O mankind, fear your Lord. Indeed the quake of the destined hour is something terrible. The day you will see it, Every suckling female will forget that which she suckles, and every female having pregnancy shall abort her fetus, and you will see people as if they are drunk, while they are not drunk, but Allah's torment is so severe. Among the people there is one who debates about Allah without knowledge, and follows every rebellious Satan, about whom it is destined that if someone takes him for friend, he will misguide him and lead him to the torment of the fire. O mankind, if you are in doubt about resurrection, then, recall that we created you from dust, then from a drop of semen, then from a clot, then from a piece of flesh, either shaped or unshaped, so that we manifest our power to you. We retain in the wombs whatever we will to a specified term. Then we bring you out as babies, then we nourish you, so that you reach your maturity. And among you there is one who dies, and among you there is one who is carried to the worst part of the age, so that he knows nothing even after having knowledge. And you see the land dry. Then once we sent down water on it, it stirs and swells and puts forth every pleasant bear of vegetation. That is because Allah is the truth, and that He gives life to the dead, and that He is powerful to do everything, and that the hour of doom has to come, in which there is no doubt, and that Allah will raise again all those in the graves. Among men there is one who debates about Allah, with no knowledge, no guidance and no enlightening book, turning his side away to lead people astray from the way of Allah. For him there is disgrace in this world, and we will have him taste the punishment of fire on the day of judgment. And will say to him, all this is due to what your hands sent ahead, and that Allah is not unjust to His servants. And among men there is one who worships Allah, standing on the verge, so if some good thing happens to him, he is satisfied with it, and if a trial befalls him, he turns his face back. He loses both this world and the hereafter. That is the manifest loss. He prays to someone, instead of Allah, who can neither harm him nor benefit him. That is the error that takes him too far from the right path. He, rather, prays to someone whose harm is more likely than his benefit. Wretched is such a patron and wretched is such a companion. Surely, Allah will admit those who believe and do good deeds into gardens beneath which rivers flow. Surely Allah does what He intends. If someone thinks that Allah will never help him, the Prophet, in this world and in the hereafter, he should stretch a rope to the sky, then cut Allah's communication off from the Prophet, and see whether his effort can really remove what irritates him. And this is how we have sent it, the Quran, down as clear signs, and the fact is that Allah leads whom He wills to the right path. As for those who believe in the Jews and the Sabians and the Christians and the Magians and those who ascribe partners to Allah, Allah will judge between them on the day of judgment. Surely Allah is witness to everything. Have you not seen that to Allah prostrate all those in the skies and all those on the earth, and the sun, the moon, the stars, the mountains, the trees, the animals and many from mankind? And there are many on whom punishment has become due. And the one whom Allah puts to disgrace, there is none to give him respect. Surely Allah does what He wills. These are two opponents who have disputed about their Lord. As for those who disbelieve, garments from fire shall be tailored for them, and boiling water shall be poured from over their heads, whereby everything in their bellies, as well as the skins, will be melted. And for them there are hooked rods of iron. Whenever, in their anguish, they will intend to come out of it, the fire, they will be turned back to it, and it will be said to them, taste the punishment of burning. Surely Allah will admit those who believe and do good deeds to gardens beneath which rivers flow. They will be adorned therein with bracelets of gold and with pearls, and their dress therein will be of silk. Guided they were to the good word of faith, and guided they were to the path of Allah, the Praised One. Surely, we will punish those who disbelieve and prevent people from the way of Allah, and from Al-Masjidul Haram, the sacred mosque, which we have made for all men, where residents and visitors are all equal. And whoever intends therein to commit deviation with injustice, we will make him taste a painful punishment. And, remember, when we pointed out for Ibrahim the place of the house of Allah, saying, do not associate anything with me as my partner, and purify my house for those who make tawaf, circumambulation around it, and those who perform qiyam, standing up in worship, and those who perform ruku, bowing down, and sujud, prostration, and announce among people about the obligation of Hajj, so that they should come to you on foot, and on every camel turned lean, traveling through every distant hilly pathway, so that they witness benefits for them, and recite Allah's name in specified days, over the provision He gave them from the cattle. So, eat thereof and feed the distressed, the poor. Then, they must remove their dirt, and fulfill their vows, and make tawaf of the ancient house. Having said that, whoever observes reverence of the things sanctified by Allah, it is good for him with his Lord. And permitted to you are the cattle, except those mentioned to you through recitation of the verses. So refrain from the filth of the idols and refrain from a word of falsehood, standing upright for the obedience of Allah, not ascribing any partner to Him. Whoever ascribes a partner to Allah, it is as if he falls down from the sky, and either the birds snatch him, or the wind drives him away to a far-off place. Having said that, if one observes the sanctity of the symbols of Allah, then such things emanate from the piety of the hearts, and for you there are benefits in them, the cattle, up to a specified time. Then their place of sacrifice is by the ancient house. For every ummah, religious community, we prescribed the act of sacrifice, so that they recite Allah's name over the provision He gave them from the cattle. So, your God is one God. Therefore, to Him alone you must submit. And give good news to those who turn to Him with humbleness, those whose hearts are filled with awe when Allah is remembered, and who observe patience against whatever befalls them, and who are steadfast in salah, and who spend, in the way of Allah, out of what we have given to them. The big animals of sacrifice, like camels and cows, are made by us among the symbols of Allah for you, in which there is much good for your benefit. So recite the name of Allah over them as they are lined up for sacrifice. Then, once their flanks fall down, after slaughter, eat of them and feed the one who is content and the one who wishes to receive. Thus we have made them, the animals, subjugated to you, so that you may be grateful. It is neither their flesh nor their blood that reaches Allah, but what does reach Him is the taqwa, the sense of obedience, on your part. Thus He has made them, the animals, subjugated to you, so that you proclaim Allah's glory for the guidance He gave you. And give good news to those who are good in their deeds. Surely, Allah defends those who believe. Allah does not love any treacherous, ungrateful. Permission to fight is given to those against whom fighting is launched, because they have been wronged, and Allah is powerful to give them victory. They are the ones who were expelled from their homes without any just reason, except that they say our Lord is Allah. Had Allah not been repelling some people by means of some others, the monasteries, the churches, the synagogues and the mosques where Allah's name is abundantly recited would have been demolished. Allah will definitely help those who help Him, by defending the religion prescribed by Him. Surely Allah is powerful, mighty. The ones who help Allah are those who, when we give them power in the land, establish salah, pay zakah, bid what is fair and forbid what is unfair. And with Allah lies the fate of all matters. And if they reject you, so did reject the people of Noah, and Ad and Thamud, and the people of Ibrahim and the people of Lot, and the people of Madian as well. Musa was also rejected. So I gave some respite to the disbelievers, then seized them. So how was my censure? How many towns have we destroyed, as they were wrongdoers? So they are fallen down on their roofs. And how many a deserted well and how many a well-built castle have they not, then, travelled on earth so that they should have had hearts to understand with, or ears to listen with? The fact is that it is not the eyes that turn blind, But what turns blind is the hearts contained in the chests. They ask you to bring the punishment sooner, while Allah will never go back on his promise. In fact, one day with your Lord is like 1,000 years according to your calculation. And how many towns were there to whom I allowed respite, while they were wrongdoers, then I seized them. And to me is the final return. Say, O people, I am no more than a plain warner for you. So those who come to believe and do good deeds, for them there is forgiveness and dignified provision. As for those who strive against our signs, trying to defeat the Prophet or the believers, they are the people of the fire. We did not send any messenger before you nor a prophet, but he faced a situation that, when he recited the revelation, the Satan cast doubts in the hearts of his opponents about what he recited. So, Allah nullifies what the Satan casts. Then Allah makes his verses firm, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. All this is allowed to be done, so that he may make what Satan casts a trial for those in whose hearts there is a disease, and whose hearts are hard. And surely the wrongdoers are in the utmost antagonism. And so that those who have been given knowledge may know that it, for example, the revelation recited by the Prophet, is the truth from your Lord, and they may believe in it and their hearts may become humble towards it. Allah is the guide of the believers to the straight path. Those who disbelieve will remain in doubt about it, the Quran, forever, until the hour of judgment comes upon them suddenly, or there comes to them the punishment of a barren day. The kingdom, on that day, is for Allah. He will judge between them. So, those who believed and did good deeds shall be in gardens of bliss. As for those who disbelieved and rejected our signs, they are the ones for whom there is a humiliating punishment. Those who left their homeland in the way of Allah, then were slain or died, Allah will certainly give them a good provision, and surely, Allah is the best provider. He will definitely admit them to an entrance they will be pleased with, and Allah is surely all-knowing, forbearing. Having said this, whoever afflicts someone with a punishment equal to what he was afflicted with, by the latter, and still he, the former, is, again, subjected to aggression, by the latter, Allah will certainly help him. Indeed, Allah is most pardoning, most forgiving. That is because Allah makes night enter into the day and makes day enter into the night, and that Allah is all-hearing, all-seeing. That is because Allah is the truth, and that whatever they invoke beside him is false, and that Allah is the High, the Great. Did you not see that Allah has sent down water from the sky, whereby the land becomes green? Surely, Allah is all-kind, all-aware. To him belongs all that is in the heavens and all that is in the earth, and surely Allah is the all-independent, ever-praised. Did you not see that Allah has subjugated to you everything on the earth, and the ships that sail at sea with his command? And he holds the sky so as it cannot fall on the earth except with his permission. Surely Allah is very kind to the people, very merciful. He is the one who gave life to you, then he brings death to you, then he will give you life again. Surely, man is very ungrateful. For every ummah, religious community, we have appointed a way of worship they are to observe. Therefore, they should never quarrel with you in the matter. And do call them to your Lord. Surely, you are on straight guidance. And if they dispute with you, say to them, Allah is the best aware of what you do. Allah will judge between you, on the day of judgment, about what you used to dispute. Do you not know that Allah knows all that is in the sky and the earth? Surely, that is contained in a book. Indeed, it is so easy for Allah. They worship, besides Allah, the objects for which He did never send down an authority, or proof, and about which they have no knowledge. And for the wrongdoers there is no helper. When our verses are recited to them in all their clarity, you can recognize disgust on the faces of the disbelievers. They seem to attack those who recite to them our verses. Say, shall I, then, tell you about something more disgusting than that? The fire. Allah has promised it to those who disbelieve. And it is an evil end. O people, here is a parable set forth to you, so listen to it carefully. All those whom you invoke besides Allah can never create, even a fly, even though they all join hands together for that. And if a fly snatches something away from them, they cannot release it from its possession. Equally, feeble are the invoker and the invoked. They did not recognize Allah in His true esteem. Indeed, Allah is powerful, mighty. Allah chooses messengers from angels and from men. Surely, Allah is all-hearing, all-seeing. He knows what is in front of them and what is behind them, and to Allah all matters are to be returned. O you who believe, bow down in ruku and bow down in sajda, and worship your Lord and do good deeds, so that you achieve success. Struggle for, seeking the pleasure of, Allah, a struggle that is owed to Him. He has chosen you and did not impose any hardship on you in the religion, the faith of your father Ibrahim. He, Allah, named you as Muslims earlier and also in this Quran, so that the messenger becomes a witness to you, and you become witnesses to other people. So establish Salah, pay Zakah and hold fast to Allah. He is your patron. So, how excellent He is as a patron, and how excellent as a supporter.